Hi, I'm Varshini Jagarajan and my team members are Nagasubhashini Sambasivan and Jivitra Nagalingam from UO Security Sanjan Berhad. Today we're going to present our idea to the headquarters of Polytechnic and Community College JPPKK to solve the ransomware attack at polytechnics and community colleges. First of all, let's see what is malware analysis and why we have to do malware analysis. Malware analysis is common sense way of understanding the person's functions, purposes, rules, and potential impact of different sorts of malicious software and code. It includes evaluating and learning how each step functions and how its code varies from other sorts of malware. This includes malware that is contained inside suspicious records and website links. The purpose of malware analysis is ordinarily to provide the information you would like to reply to a network interruption. Your goals will regularly be to decide exactly what happened and to guarantee that you have found all infected machines and files. When analyzing a suspected malware, your goal will regularly be to decide exactly what is the specific suspect binary can do and how to identify it on your network and how to measure and contain its damage. There are some key reasons to perform an malware analysis. First is malware detection. Malware detection is to way better secure your organization. You need to be able to recognize compromising threats and vulnerabilities. Second is threat response. Threat response is to assist you get it how these threats work so you will be able to respond accordingly to them. Third is malware research. This will assist you to superior understand how particular sorts of malware work, where they started, and what differentiates them. To understand more about malware analysis, let's know about malware. What is malware? Malware is any piece of software that is harmful to your system. Worms, viruses, trojans, spyware, and etc. Discovering them proceeds to be a challenge as attackers are composing increasingly advanced programs to avoid detection. Malware analysis can assist you to decide in case a suspicious file is in fact malicious, consider its root, process capabilities, and evaluate its effects to encourage discovery and prevention. There are common types of malware. First is backdoors. Backdoors are intentional system hooks that provide attacker with the unauthorized access to a machine. Second is Trojans. Trojans are malicious programs disguised to look legitimate and cause harm to the host machine. Third is ransomware. Ransomware is malware that encrypts a target's file to hold as collateral while an attacker extorts payment in exchange for a description key. Fourth is viruses and worms. Viruses and worms are malware that spread in different ways. Viruses mutate and attach to the program, spreading through user action. Worms will self replicate and do not need user interaction to spread. Fifth is exploit kits. Exploit kits are automated threats that silently exploit vulnerabilities in commonly installed browser based applications. Malware can be distributed through different channels like emails, USB drives, downloading software from websites, and etc. They disguise themselves utilizing confusion methods to imitate legitimate files or applications to trick users into downloading them. Once malicious software compromises a host system, it uses different determination methods such as altering system files or including malicious code to stay there until a trigger event dispatches the attack. Next, my team member Naga Subhashini will proceed on.
Thank you, Varshini. Next is types of malware analysis. These are two ways to approach the malware analysis process utilizing static analysis or energetic analysis. With static analysis, the malware test is inspected without exploding it. With energetic analysis, the malware is rarely executed in a controlled and isolated environment. First is basic static analysis. Basic static analysis does not require that the code be really run. Instead, static analysis analyzes the file for sites for malicious aim. It can be valuable to recognize malicious infrastructure, libraries, or packed files. Technical indicators are recognized such as file names, hashes, strings such as IP addresses, spaces, and file header information can be utilized to decide whether that file is malicious. In expansion, Tools like deassemblers and network analyzers can be utilized to observe the malware without really running in it, arrange together information on how the malware works. In any case, since static analysis does not really run the code, advanced malware can incorporate malicious runtime behavior that can go undetected. For example, if a file generates a string that at the point downloads a malicious file based upon the energetic strings, it may go undetected by a basic static analysis. Undertakings have turned to energetic analysis for a more complete understanding of the behavior of the file. Second is basic dynamic static. Dynamic malware analysis executes suspected malicious code in a secure environment called a sandbox. This closed system empowers security professionals to observe the malware in action without the risk of letting it contaminate their system or escape into the enterprise network. Dynamic analysis gives threat hunters and incident responders with more profound visibilities, permitting them to reveal the true nature of a threat. As an auxiliary advantage, computerized sandboxing elevates the time it would take to switch design a file to find the malicious code. The challenge with dynamic analysis is that adversaries are smart and they know sandboxes are out there. So they have gotten to be very great in identifying them. To misdirect a sandbox, adversaries hide code inside them that will remain dormant until certain conditions are met, as it were at the point does the code run. Next is best technique used. Dynamic malware analysis is a best technique to minimize the risk of infection and produce accurate results. The information given by the analyst system must not be compromised by the malware. A caution mechanism must be in place to avoid the malware from picking up control of the system. Dynamic malware analysis is more effective and provides a higher detection rate than static malware investigation. As an administrator in UO Security Sadrian Berhad, we solve this issue by dynamic malware analysis because it collects as much relevant data as much possible about actions performed by the malware. Such data can incorporate capacities calls, parameters, organizing, record system alteration, equipment measurements, and so on. Moreover, it meets the malware expectation to expose its full behavior. The significant working systems must be installed, the suitable equipment must be associated, and the powerless application must be installed. Furthermore, the best action to prevent this situation before it keeps spreading bigger and server it limit or emulate network access by the malware. Purpose is permitting malware to associate to internal systems or the internet must be restricted and only take put under such supervision to avoid contamination of other devices and extra filtration of delicate data. In addition, it generates a coherent and concise report. The information in such report can be utilized to create choice regarding the classification of the analyzed record either by security master or machine learning calculation. Next, my group member Jivitra will continue on.
The best tool we have selected is Rekshot. Rekshot is an open source registry compare utility that allows you to quickly take a snapshot of your registry and then compare it with a second one done after doing system changes or installing a new software product. Rekshot is a dynamic malware analysis tool that allows an analyst to perform before and after snapshot of the Windows registry. Typically, this is used to capture a snapshot of the system prior to execute malware and then immediately afterwards. The goal is to identify any changes to the registry that the malware made. Malware may make a lot of changes to a system as it executes. Simple running malware in a sandbox without monitoring various system components does not do too much. Even harder is asking an analyst to find out what happened.
when the malware is built to be silent. I will get into this shortly, but Rexshot can be used as an excellent baseline and development tool. As I mentioned earlier, Rexshot is a typically utilized in a malware analysis environment, often a VM built for the purpose of malware detonation. Step 1. We can download Rexshot directly from the Google platform by searching download Rexshot for free. I've ready with the download of the version 1.9.0. Next, I open the Rexshot, then we can see the evaluation copy of the Rexshot of my computer's window registry and analyze will pop up. This is it. Step 3. Click on the file window registry which you want to analyze. As you can see on the figure, I have selected the Rexshot X64 an application type of registry. Once the registry that selected is opened, Rexshot has very simple steps. Take a shot of the system registry now. Here a look of Rexshot really simple GUI. There are options to save the changes as either text or in HTML file. I select the plain text option. When taking the first registry shot, the user is presented with the option of short and save or load. In my opinion, there are some of the greatest options available in Rexshot. Short will simple take a shot of the current system registry. The calculation of taking these are provided at the bottom of the GUI. Short and save will take same shot of the registry and also save it to the encoded file either in ANSI or Unicode. Load allows you to load the previous taken rec shot either the before or after position. Now, step 5, click on the first shot. So now it is scanning. I select the shot option. So, scanning the registry to collect the keys and values and total time taken for the scanning will take some time. So, we should be very patient. As we can see, the scanning process is on process. We should be very patient because the scanning process is still in process. This take a while, so we should be very patient. It takes time to calculate the keys, values, and the time taken for the scanning. It takes few minutes, but still is scanning, so we should be very patient. Okay, now once the shot is taken, the percentage of the statistic on the shot will be present over here. This is the Rexshot GUI with the shot statistic, keys, values, and time taken. Step 6. Now do some things. Run some malware, move around the system and open a file or two. So now I'm going to open the file I suspected there is a malware or any threats affected. First I choose this dev C++ application. Then drive. Just run some apps around the system. Okay. Okay. At this point, both snapshot of the registry is still there. Just open any other apps or system on your computer, the file which are suspected to have malicious attack on it. Okay, so we have done that. The next step is clicking the second shot. We'll take the second shot now. So I will choose the shot option. At this point, both snapshots of the registry are saved temporarily because we never saved the registry. Now the second shot is in scanning by collecting the keys, values and time taken, same as the first shot. So we have to be very patient so that the registry will be full scanned. The process is still ongoing. The scanning process is still in process, so we have to be very patient. The process is still undergoing. Okay, the process scanning is done. Now once the shot is taken, the presented of the statistic of the shot is present here, the keys, the values and time taken for the second shot. Okay, once this has taken place, now we have to select or the compare button to select the first shot registry and the second shot registry. Okay, now I select the compare. Okay, these will compare the first shot registry keys and values with the second shot keys and values. It takes some time to collect all the details, so we should be very patient. The comparison of first shot and second shot is still in progress. Okay, automatically a notepad will pop up with the final result of the comparison for the first shot and the second shot. Comparison not only will be present on the number of stages but also the registry content. As you can see, keys added, value modified, and this is all the details of the registry. Okay, I've scrolled down. Okay, let's see what is that. Above are the keys that were changed. For the example, I didn't do too much. I just opened two applications that I suspected there is a malware affected. So, so I've only got 54 changes reported. So you can see here total changes 54 changes are reported. In this notepad we can also see how many are changed keys are changed, then value added, value modified, and deleted. Future more all the registry that have in, so that it compare it and states what are the files that have been changed in. So as you can see the registry is too much long, and let me scroll to the end. On the end we can see values modify and total changes. So this is how right we can. The first shot is taken with a normal computer desktop environment scanning, but the second shot is taken with when clicking few files and software that are suspected to have malicious attack on it. The final step, we compare the both shot to identify and how malware analysis works in rack shot. Thank you. Next, my group member Varshni Jagarajan will proceed.
The second best tool we used is Appet DNS. Appet DNS is a tool for controlling DNS responses through an easy to use GUI. As a phony DNS server, Appet DNS spoofs DNS responses to a user specified IP address by listening on UDP port 53 on the local machine. Appet DNS also automatically sets the local DNS to localhost. Upon exiting the tool, it sets back the original local DNS settings. The first thing that will help you determine if a particular file is a legitimate Windows process or a virus is the location of the executable itself. We can download Appet DNS directly on Google platform by searching download Appet DNS for free. I have ready with the download Appet DNS on my Windows. So first of all, go to Windows search and search for Appet DNS. Here we have, and then it open. So here we have to type in our IP address. So if you guys don't know your IP address, it's easy. Go to your Windows search and type for CMD and open command prompt and type in ipconfig and enter. Here you can see your IP address. So this is my IP address 192.168.1.101. So I'm going to type in my IP address here. So my IP address 192.168.1.101. So here you can choose interface. So I'm going to choose my PC and then start server. Click start server. Here you can see server started at 10:12 2 seconds successfully. Then again go to CMD, which is command prompt, and type in ping. I want to ping a bcut application in my, which is in my Windows on my desktop. So I'm going to ping bcut.com, then enter. Here you can see the details of bcut.com. Here this is all the details of bcut.com. If you want to try once again, you can try, which is I'm going to ping the Zoom. So ping zoom.com and then enter. Here also you can see the details of zoom.com and then minimize it and go to the Appet DNS registry. Here you can see the all the that is DNS found. So if you want to check whether the any malware or malicious activities in your Windows, you can double click it, and then here you can say whether is there any malicious activities or malware something is there in your PC. So you can check here. It means it's clear. So there's no any malicious activities or malware threats or attacks. It's here. So so guys, as you all can see, this is the DNS that which has been found. So there are many. Um, if you want to, as I said earlier, if you want to check if any malware or malicious activities in your application or on your PC, you can click on double click it. If I want to check bcard, I'm gonna double click it. It's go to team. So here you can check as I said earlier. So if you want to stop this server, here you can click on stop server. It has been refreshed. So interfaces list has been refreshed. So it has been stopped. So you cannot found the any DNS anymore because our server has been stopped. So guys, this is how I use Adapt DNS to analyze the network or any malicious activity on my Windows. So we recommended Rexshot and Adapt DNS as the best tools which can be implemented to analyze the network to the headquarters of Polytechnic and Community College JPP KK.
Conclusion. Malwares are the greatest threat for today's electronic world as they are destructive for the users by taking their data and undermining data and impairing the network and frameworks by malicious attack. This report presents approximately a ransomware attack which are continuously been a threat for computer world. Two primary examination strategies are to talk about this report. By utilizing the tools and techniques that we have listed over, can help the headquarters of Polytechnic and Community College JPPKK in checking any threats that will occur in the future. This more can help JPPKK to be more cautious and feel secure from losing any vital data. At the same time, JPPKK do not have the compelled to spend the time of thinking to ways to get back of the lost data. Thank you. That's all from us.